Does a love kiss stay in my memory? Riddle it back and sing to me love story, and bring to me love's glory. Heartbeat, why do you miss when my baby kisses me? Heartbeat, why do you skip when my baby kisses me? Riddle it back and sing to me love story, and bring to me love's glory. Heartbeat, why do you miss when my baby kisses me?
I'm sorry, Mr. Riles.
£75.
It has to be 100.
Take it or leave it.
Look, it's had a new engine. It's virtually a new car.
Leave it then.
I can't drop the price. I'm selling for a friend.
Aye. And I know who that friend is. Oh, come on, Mr. Scripps. 75 quid cash and I'll take it off your hands. I'll take it as done then.
Gina? What should I do with old beansticks out of garden?
I'll come out in a sec.
Okay, all right. What, shall I just rip them out then, or what?
Look, David, I'm tired. I've been driving all day. Can we talk about it in a minute, please?
Yeah, all right, sorry.
Hello? Hi, Auntie Mary. Yeah, and I've just this minute walked through the door.
Mr. Harris! Mr. Harris! Mr. Harris!
There you go, Phil.
Poor old George, eh? You all right?
Yeah.
How'd his sister take it? She must have been pretty cut up looking after him all that time.
Yeah, she was. I've invited her to come and stay for a bit if she likes.
Yeah? Oh, that'd be nice.
She seemed to think that because I couldn't feel here.
75 quid?
Cash?
And you let him drive off without pay?
Coming up with it tomorrow.
Yeah, and there are fairies at the bottom of my garden. Laszlo Riles is a crook.
No, he's not.
Oh, yes, he is, and you want your head examining. Ah, Gina, how'd the funeral go, though?
Okay.
Yeah, give me a scotch, will you? Nothing for Bernie, though, because he's driving to Ashfordley to collect a debt.
What?
Night.
Night, Maggie.
Night. Night, Maggie.
Night.
A bit long in the tooth to be playing doctors and nurses, aren't they?
I'm not going to like this.
Don't tell me he's not there, because he's always there.
He's done a flit. And he's not left a forwarding address.
Ash.
Sarge.
On your collar.
Oh, Sarge.
Boots.
Sorry, Sarge.
Good. Right.
You report some crime sheets. You, Aidensfield, see Mr. Stuart Parsons. Complaint about his neighbour, Mr. Clive Harris. Several complaints, actually.
Right, Sarge.
And you, Ashfordley Market, deal with the rubbish dispute.
Yes, Sarge.
Come to report a stolen motor.
Oh, and Ventress, while you're out, pick up Mrs. Craddock's dry cleaning, would you?
Excuse me, can I have some service?
And before you go, deal with Mr. Greengrass.
Yes, Sarge.
Not before time.
Well, Mr. Riles. I was told you'd done a flit.
Wherever did you get that idea from?
Never mind. What's this I hear about your car, eh? A second-hand Triumph Herald, bought but not paid for.
What? Buying a car's the last thing I'm gonna do. I've gone bust.
We've tried to reason with
But
him.
you can't, the man's an idiot.
I kept a log of all traffic.
We didn't want to involve the police, but I'm afraid this time he has gone too
But
far.
they used to be so peaceful.
Yes, and the bonfire is sheer bloody-mindedness. He knows I get asthma.
I've tried, Mr. Bradley. For 2 years I've done my level best.
Well, lighting bonfires at 11 o'clock at night isn't exactly what I'd call trying, Mr. Harris.
The townies, they've no idea.
Well, yes, maybe, but...
And especially him. He was nice as pie when I sold the house to him, but that didn't last long.
What, so there have been complaints from the very beginning, have there?
Tell him, Elsie. The cockerel's crowing, the dung heap, the cow's mooing, the lamb's bleating, you name it, he's complained.
Well, I suppose... No, thank you very much. I suppose country life can take some getting used to.
Then he shouldn't be living in it, should he?
Clive.
Look, I think what he's chiefly complaining about is the scrap metal business.
It's how I earn my living. Look, the farm doesn't pay its way. Why do you think I had to sell him the house? The house that I was born in. I've got to look to other ways to make ourselves an income.
But have you explained this to him?
He wouldn't listen.
When was the last time you tried?
They haven't spoken for 18 months.
I'm supposed to be a policeman, not a lady's maid.
Well, you better get back on the beat then. She's just gone through with a shopping list.
Where are the car keys?
What for?
Urgent business in Aidensfield.
Yeah, I've been in some difficult situations in the Met, but to be honest, I'm a bit out of my depth on this one.
Well, town, country, quarrels between neighbours are the same all over.
Exactly. Well, I know we've got to get both sides talking, but...
From what I've heard, they won't.
You know what I need? A mediator. Or someone who can sit in the middle and force them to talk. Any ideas?
I'll have a think about that.
Well, that's very kind, Mr. Blayton. Appreciate it.
Gone bust?
Well, the receiver was there making a list. Riles was large as life.
I thought you said he'd done a flit.
Well, obviously he hasn't.
What's happening now? I mean, is a club closing down or what?
Well, tonight's the last night.
Is it? You better get your glad rags on then, Bernie. I'll be taking you to where somebody will be taking theirs off.
So, quarrels between neighbours can be very upsetting for those concerned. So if we can somehow break the deadlock and reach an amicable solution, I'm sure all of you will feel a lot happier. Agreed? Right then, 3 things. 1, there must be dialogue. 2, there must be compromise. And 3, now all of us here, and I include myself in this, we're all incomers to Aidensfield, whereas Mr. Harris and his family have lived here for generations.
That's half the problem. The man's totally inbred.
So I think we should try and show them some respect, some humility. Mr. Parsons.
If they're coming into my house, I should treat them as guests. Never mind what you think.
You're never feeding them.
Oh, it's only a few cakes.
Elsie,
These people are trying to turn the village against us. Now, I'm not going to stand by and let it happen.
I'm going upstairs to wash and change. And if you've got any pride in yourself, you do the same.
We're here to see Mr. Arles on business, and don't tell me he's not in because I know better.
Wild thing, think I love you. But I wanna know for sure. Come on, hold me tight.
Nice to see you, Bernie.
Nice to see you, Bernie.
Never seen it before in my life.
No, a pig's mite. Come on. David, you're not ready for that yet. Come on.
Now, we can't have this sort of nonsense going on. Not in a friendly village like Aidensfield.
We're friendly once before that lot moved down, telling folk what they can and cannot do.
All right, Mr. Harris, you can have your say in a minute. Now, if we can all just sit down. Good. Right now, Mr. Parsons, who's your spokesman?
Well, I am.
Right. Well, perhaps you'd like to outline the problem from your point of view.
Certainly.
Might I have a glass of water? So old Blaketon's up there now.
Yep.
Still a copper at heart. Can't wait to get involved. Still? Anybody can sort it out? It's Oscar. And he's no worse than bad neighbours. Possibly landladies. It's not my tea on the floor, I hope. Hey! Look at this. Hey. What's that?
No, I prefer them dark myself.
She's lovely. Dark, blonde, ginger, purple with green spots. I love them all. I would if I ever met any. Which could be a bit of a problem when you live out in the sticks, as I imagine you found. Of course, Maggie's a bit of all right. What do you think?
Talk. Now, come on, get tucked into a bit of this. What is it? It's my best mushroom omelette. What do you think it is? You could have fooled me.
The bailiff's got it. What did I tell you? What did you buy the thing for when you knew you were going to go skint?
Because I thought I'd have enough money to pay you, Mr. Greengrass. Honest, I did.
Honest, you don't know the meaning of the word. The fact is, you still owe me 75 quid.
I've told you before, I haven't got any money.
Haven't you? Well, we'll have it in goods to the value of them.
Oh, no, you don't. That stuff belongs to the receivers. You can't touch it.
Can't I? Possession is 9/10 of the law. David, get possessing.
Yes, Mr. Blaketon, take a good look. This is what we have to put up with.
All right, Mr. Parsons.
The constant traffic, the bonfires, the smell, the banging, the hammering, the 3 cockerels.
4 o'clock they start. It's a total disgrace.
And just when we think things can't get any worse, we get this.
Mr. Parsons? If there's so many things you don't like about living here, why don't you just clutter off back to where you come from and leave me and my family in peace?
Peace? You wouldn't know the meaning of the word.
Peace is what we had before you lot came along.
All right, you two, now just calm down.
Now there are 3 steps to heaven. Just listen, and you will plainly see. And as life travels on, and things do go wrong, just follow steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 1. You find a girl who loves.
I'm really sorry, Mrs. Hill.
One more time, Mr. Bellamy.
I'm really sorry.
One more time, and I shall have to ask you to leave.
You see, I left my keys in the uniform.
I don't want to hear it. I've heard enough of your excuses. This time, you've been warned.
Yeah, that sure seems like heaven to me. The formula for heaven's very simple. Just follow steps 1, 2, and 3.
What's up? What's the matter?
What's this doing here?
What's what doing what?
The snake.
Where's that come from?
Belongs to Miss Abandon.
Miss Abandon?
She uses it in one of her acts.
Miss Abandon?
Yeah, Gay Abandon, the stripper at the club.
Gay Abandon? You are joking, aren't you?
That's what she calls herself. You'll have to take it back to her.
We might get a few quid for that.
Buy that.
I don't know. Probably from somebody who makes belts.
50 feet from my front door.
OK, I'll plant a creeper in front of it. How's that?
Now, that's a positive suggestion.
Oh, no. That's not good enough. I want that shed taken down.
Never.
In that case, we'll be forced to use direct action.
You touch it, I'll knock your block off.
Look, I've warned you to.
You've brought on our asthma.
Mr. Harris, call Dr. Bolton, now!
Her pulse and blood pressure incredibly low.
I thought it was asthma.
No, it doesn't look like it. She says she feels numb.
Hang on! Stop! You'd best get inside, quick.
It's his angina. He needs help.
Mr. Blaketon's phoning now.
I know it's the second time I've called, but this is another patient. Thank you. We can't have another ambulance for at least 40 minutes.
What?
What is it?
I don't know. It's not angina. He's got the same symptoms as Francis. Can you ring Mike and ask him to come over here as quickly as possible?
Alfred, come away. You can't eat that. Come to think of it, it could be the other way around. Alfred!
Well, I'll phone the hospital. Tell him you're on your way.
20 minutes.
Right. Well, Nurse Bolton doesn't think it's asthma or angina.
Oh, what does she think then?
Well, she's not sure, but whatever it is, they both got it.
Turn it round, Mike.
The same symptoms?
Yeah, I think so.
What is going on?
He's Oscar still at the farm?
Yeah.
Right, can you call him urgently?
Right, Bradley. Understood. Well, I think it's best to leave all this. What? Well, Dr. Bolton's been on to the Chief Medical Officer. He wants nothing touched.
I beg your pardon?
He needs to examine the room first thing in the morning.
Examine the room?
Aye. Apparently, could be some sort of food poisoning.
flour, sugar, our own eggs, our own milk. I mean, we use them all the time. There's not wrong with any of it. There can't be.
It's come to this, has it? Public health in my own kitchen. And you can stop poking and prying. You'll find note.
You see, the symptoms aren't quite the same as normal food poisoning. You got numbness, weak pulse, convulsions, that sort of thing. And added to that, Mrs. Parsons is suffering from paralysis of the limbs.
So what do they think then?
Well, they're not too sure what caused it, but they're wondering if it couldn't have been deliberate.
That's a bit far-fetched, isn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say so, Alf. That's one hell of a row brewing up at Moortops Farm.
So this protest meeting is the only connection between the victims?
Yeah, that's right, Sarge.
OK. Perhaps I better go and see Mr. Harris. You can come with me, fill me in on the way. Out on the beat, Constable Ventress. Let's get some fresh air into those smoke-filled lungs, shall we?
Come on now, Constable Ventress. Get outside and get some lovely fresh air. There's a good boy.
Is your husband around?
No, I'm sorry. He's gone out.
Any idea of when he might be back?
I don't know. About half an hour.
Good. Do you want we come in?
What's it about?
It's just routine inquiries, Mrs. Harris. Nothing to worry about.
Is it about last night?
Among other things.
We've already had the public health here.
Look, 2 people are seriously ill, and whatever happened here. So if you don't mind, we'd just like to take a couple of details and...
No, I'm sorry. No one's coming in until Clive gets back.
It's all right. We'll wait outside.
Mrs. Harris. Seems like she's more scared of her husband than she is of us, Sarge.
Well, there's no harm in having a look around while we're waiting. Let's start over here.
No luck. No. Take it back in and tell him we'll drop the price.
He says he doesn't want it, not at any price.
All right, get him. We'll try Whitby.
Any luck? Put it in the car. We'll get it analysed. Up here. I don't know. He's got a motive, I suppose. If that stuff's what we think it is, he's got the means. But why Mrs. Parsons and Mr. Nixon when the man he hates is Stuart Parsons?
Maybe you made a mistake, Sarge.
Mr. Harris, Sergeant Craddock, Ashfordley Police.
I don't see why it's got out to do with police.
It may not have, Mr. Harris.
Ah, we'll go and do something useful. Bother a few motorists.
Sergeant Craddock just needs to be put in the picture, that's all.
It's him next door you want to see, not us. It's folk in his ruddy protest group that's got sick, not me and Elsie.
OK, Mr. Harris.
Coming up here, imagining Mr. Blakestone's going to change my mind. He's on their side, isn't he, like everyone else, now that he's poisoned their mind against us?
Poisoning seems to be in the air, doesn't it, Mr. Harris?
Sorry? Oh, no. If they were poisoned, it would not to do with me. I'll not have that pinned on me, no. And I thank you to leave my house.
Clive!
Out.
Thank you for your help.
Go on, clear off.
Look, I only want to sell it, that's all. Come on, clear it off. Take it away. David.
Right. Bellamy, what do you think this is?
Poison by the look of it.
Exactly. Found in Clive Harris's barn.
Oh, it's probably for vermin, Sarge. I mean, most farmers, they keep poison. But it doesn't mean to say they go round putting it in the cake, so does it?
Eggs.
I beg your pardon.
these things outside and put them in the dustbin.
Yes.
When you've done that, take this straight over to the forensics lab and tell them we need it identified quickly.
I'll get the iodine.
Right.
Where's my mole poison?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. Where is it?
The police took it. I couldn't stop them, Clive.
Same again, isn't it?
No.
You all right, Clive? It's not like you to shut yourself away in the snug.
Right, well. I've no option, have I? Since I've become public enemy number 1. You in there, Hardy? Snooping around, following me about.
What?
Oh, leave me alone.
Hey, don't look now. Harris.
How's he looking?
He's not a happy camper.
Another G&T, please, Gina. And beef sandwich.
How's Francis?
No better.
Are they any closer to finding out what caused it?
Still don't know.
Half a bitter, Gina.
All right, Bernie. Yeah, 2 bitters for us as well. What's all this in aid of, then?
A raffle Claude's organising.
Animal rescue. What's it in aid of? Lord Greengrass Preservation Society.
In aid of finding a home for a mystery animal.
Well, knowing Greengrass, the only mystery is there won't be a prize.
Oh, there's a prize, all right.
Oh, right then. Well, Phil will have some. Why don't you, mate? He's often giving his money to dumb animals. Mind you, they've normally got a jockey on them. Got it.
Yeah, all right. I'll have 2 bobs worth.
So, what is this mystery prize then, Claude?
Well, if you buy a ticket and win, Michael, you'll find out, won't you? Jane, give us a large scotch. Mr. Parsons, has Bernie sold you any raffle tickets?
No, thank you.
All right, Mr. Harris, can we interest you?
I'm surprised you dare show your face, Harris, considering the problems you've caused.
Well, that's rich. After you've gone putting wicked ideas into folks' minds trying to incriminate me.
Does anyone have any idea what he's talking about?
I'm oil poison, that's what in the barn, only now it's gone and that lot have got it.
I've never been near your wretched barn, or your so-called mole poison. My wife is lying in hospital, in case it's escaped your notice, and I've been at her bedside all day.
I wouldn't put it past you to have done the whole thing yourself, so you can pin it on me.
What did you say?
You'd do anything to get rid of me, even poison your own wife.
Break it up!
Come on, come on. Hey, come on, come on.
Go on! Both of you.
Come on now, or we have to take you in.
The worst thing I ever did to then go that house to make my life a misery.
If you've done anything to Francis, I'll drag you through every court in the country. Get over there.
That's enough, Mr. Harris. Now, get in the car, drive, and don't come back. Get in the car! Get in the car.
So, come on, then. What was all that about poisons?
No.
You found some poison, and you think Clive did it?
My lips are zipped.
Mine aren't. Another pint, please, Gina.
OK, but I'm gonna call you a taxi.
What?
Well, you're in no fit state to drive.
Exactly, but it's in extremely good form.
It's a mystery. There's only one, but it's a good one. Honestly, Bernie will come round to see you, but you'll be all right. Now, you've had your... Hey. There's only one.
Claude, if you're gonna do this draw, it'll have to be now because I'm closing.
I've only sold a few tickets, love.
Look, you either do it now or you don't do it at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? We're going to do the draw for the raffle now. And Gina will do the honours. Only one prize, love. Just one. Right, come on, what's up? You got one, come on. Right, and the winner is number 137. Ticket 137. Come on, somebody's won it. Who's won it? Come on, 137.
Hey, come on, wake up, man.
137. It's me.
Oh, lovely. That'd be a flaming copper that's won it, wouldn't it? Hang on, Phil, don't forget your prize.
Here we go.
What on earth?
Let's get the boot open, come on.
Hey, hold on, Claude. Let's have a look at it first, shall we?
No, you can't.
What do you mean can't?
Well, it's asleep and it's not good for it to be roused.
Oh, come on, Claude, we weren't born yesterday.
It's house-trained and it isn't half affectionate.
I might be a bit drunk, and I might be a bit soft.
It'll grow on you, Phil.
But not that drunk, and not that soft. Animal rescue. Big toe.
Nice try, Claude.
Bernie! It's heavy, Bernie! But...
Yeah. Something for yourself there.
Right, Mr. Bellamy. I want you out of my house first thing tomorrow morning.
So, did you manage to call the hospital this evening?
No, I spoke to Neil earlier. There's no news.
How are things these days? I mean, between you and Neil. Everything okay?
Yeah. Just good friends. Oh, yeah. I don't know. We're just taking things day by day, seeing how it goes.
With a view to what?
Don't know.
Well, I mean, moving in together?
No. I wouldn't have thought so.
Just 11?
Where's Gina? Gina!
How is she?
I've had to put her on Coramine to help regulate her breathing.
What about Francis and John?
Same.
Hey, come on.
I've got to find out what's doing this to them, Mike.
We will. I'm on my way to the labs now. We'll find out what did it.
Well, it couldn't have been anything at the farm. At least that's one thing cleared up.
Sorry?
Well, she was nowhere near. She was at the pub.
What are you talking about?
Well, Gina. Well, don't tell me you didn't hear.
No.
Well, she collapsed last night at the pub after closing time.
Gina?
Right, Bellamy, get your coat back on. I'm going to fetch Mr. Harris in. We heard about that jar of poison yet?
Mike's checking now, Sarge.
Good. Come along, don't stand there gulping like a goldfish.
I didn't know Gina was ill, Sarge.
Well, she is. And it's the same thing as the others. And Clive Harris is our common factor.
Can I have a word? Right, Bernie. Now then, this snake. I've got it in the truck. Don't you think it's about time you took a turn?
No, Claude.
Don't come. Oh no! I mean, I've done my bit, haven't I? I've been to see all the pet shops. It was me that organised the raffle.
Oh, yeah, and that were a great success, weren't it? Made 11 and 9pence. And what does Laszlo Riles owe us? 75 quid.
Yeah, and whose fault's that?
Keep your voice down.
All right, about keep your voice down. Look, the fact is, we've got to get rid of the snake.
Not we, Claude. You. You wanted to keep the thing. You get rid of it. Look. I'm frightened of it.
I've got news for you. I'm terrified on it. What are they up to? In Gina any better?
I don't really know. I've heard they're looking for streptococci.
I've never been keen on that foreign food.
Right, Mr. Harris. Let's not beat about the bush. You and your neighbours have been at each other's throats for the past year.
Aye. But it were none of my doing.
And last night you were down at the Aidensfield Arms and you picked a fight with Mr. Parsons.
Is he reckoned that I had something to do with his poisoning business?
And did you?
No.
Nevertheless, it is a theory. I mean, you could have done it. You had the opportunity and you had the poison.
I'm all poison.
You could have put it into those cakes.
Oh, yeah. And I suppose you reckon I had it in Virginia as well.
The fact is, Mr. Harris, 3 people have been poisoned and you were always there when it happened. Odd, isn't it?
Sarge?
They found what was in the jar?
Strychnine, Sarge.
Is that what's caused it?
Symptoms are quite different. So the poison found at the farm had nothing to do with the victims.
Right, Bellamy, tell Mr. Harris he's free to go, will you? For the time being.
You're free to go, for the time being.
This is it, driver. Right by the door, please. How much is that, please?
If it isn't the strychnine, then we're back to square one then, Alf.
Well, could it have been something in the air? Like a chemical leak?
Wake up, Alf. If there was something in the air, we'd all be ill, wouldn't we?
So, how did Harris seem?
Jumpy. Angry.
I mean, it still could be him, I suppose. Even if we haven't found the right poison.
I'm sorry. I still think it's something that they ate.
Of course it is. It's poisoning, isn't it?
Yeah, but look, it can't be the cakes because Gina didn't have one. The only thing all 3 of them had were the sandwiches. Francis and John Tuesday night, Gina last night.
She made a sandwich for Stuart Parsons and then ate it herself when he was chucked out.
The sandwiches were checked.
Yeah, and that's the other snag. They all let them. Both nights, including us. So it's got to be something added to the sandwiches. Which brings us back to something deliberate.
Could it have been something that they drank?
No, they all drank something different.
It's got to be something at the pub. That's the only thing all three victims had in common. I'm going to go and have another look.
Gina! Gina!
What's all this then?
Oh, Gina said I should carry on with it, even though he has gone and died. Passed away.
And who are you?
I'm David.
I see.
I'm just getting it all nice for when she gets back.
Gets back from where?
From the hospital.
The hospital?
Hey, no, it wasn't my fault.
Hello. Can I help?
I'm Gina's Auntie Mary from Sidmouth. What's going on?
Have you got a minute?
Yes?
Oh, Maggie asked me to give you this.
Really? Anything else?
Yeah, I need your help. I've just been up to hospital and Gina's really bad.
She's in good hands. There's nothing I can do.
There is. You could help me find the cause.
Well, I'm sure the cause is being fully investigated.
It is. But look, it's all too slow. They're not getting anywhere. Look, Neil, Gina urgently needs the right treatment. So do the others. We've got to find out what's doing this so the hospital can find the right antidote. Look, I know I'm not a doctor or a scientist. But what I do know is the answer has to be in that pub. Look, it just has to be. Now, will you just come down there with me and take a look? Please. Look, before it's too late and somebody else falls ill.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh, Gina.
Could you wait outside, please? Thank you.
What's wrong with her?
That's what we're all trying to find out.
So, the bread's been cleared and the beef and the dripping.
Yeah.
And beef sandwiches are all anyone ate?
Yep, that's right.
And all the sandwiches had horseradish on them?
Well, apparently that's been checked and cleared along with everything else.
Or a sample from this jar?
Yeah, it was found in the dustbin. Wait a minute. There was some put in a little dish. Now, where would she have put that?
The fridge? That's been tested too?
No. Now, they must have assumed it came from the same jar.
It's nothing like.
Well, exactly.
It's much coarser.
What do you reckon? Homemade?
I think you're right. So where did she get the roots from?
Right, now then, David, there's absolutely nothing to worry about. All we want to know is if George grew horseradish in the garden.
Oh, yeah.
Can you show us where it is?
Well, it were all over the place. It got in the flower beds, and hey, Mr. Ward, he used to call it flipping nuisance.
Right, I see. Now, David, think very hard. Has Gina dug any up in about the last, what, week or so?
No. Well, that's my job, that is, digging up and that.
OK, so did you dig up any for her?
Aye.
When was that?
When she got back from the funeral.
Can you show us what you gave her?
Well, nice bit like that.
Right. Any others?
That bit.
Right. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David.
Aconite poisoning. Yes, I'm sure of it. Mistaken for horseradish and eaten in sandwiches. Yes, I know. Okay, bye.
Aconite?
Yes. Look, here's your answer. Look. This is horseradish, and that is monkshood, a garden flower. Both growing in George's garden.
They look identical to me.
Almost. Certainly when the leaves die down and you've only got the root, it's hard to tell them apart.
So, David muddled them up, and Gina made a sauce out of that?
Yeah. One of Britain's most poisonous plants.
And the people who ate the sandwiches with the bought stuff in, they're all right?
Mm-hmm. And the people who ate this, it could have been so much worse.
Right, well then. I think I owe Clive Harris a visit and an apology. Oh. Thanks very much, Neil.
Sure. Anytime.
Look after Gina. That's what he said. Go up to Yorkshire and help her with that pub. She can't do it on her own. Was his dying wish. And you can't ignore a man's dying wish, can you? Especially when it's your own brother. So here I am. And you're not to worry about a thing.
Miss Abandon.
Yes?
Yeah, I'm a friend of Bernie Scripps. He's asked me to bring this back to you.
It's not what I think it is it?
Yeah, it's got your snake in. He said you'd be lost without it.
I'm sorry, I don't want it. I hate it.
What?
I've been trying to get rid of it for years.
I thought you used it in your act.
I've got a new act now and it doesn't need a snake, so take it off my doorstep and get rid of it.
It'd make a smashing pair of boots. Thanks for this, mate. That's all right.
Gran! It's only me.